It's Ride1Up's first ever foldable e-bike. Ride1Up never ceases to amaze us with their offerings of high quality, budget friendly e-bikes. This one's no different. What's up guys, Jimmy Chang here with Andrew. Welcome back to Freshly Charged. Today we have a brand new bike from Ride1Up.
Has a 750 watt motor, comes in two battery variations, a 10.4 and 13.4 amp hour battery. It comes as a class 2 e-bike, but it can be unlocked to a class 3 e-bike. Thank you Ride1Up for letting us be one of the first people to review this. Oh, nice and compact. We have the amazing Ride1Up toolkit, another beanie, which we love, some bike grease, instruction manual, for 54.6 volt output 2 amp charger. The battery variations with the 10.4 should take you a little bit over 5 hours to charge from empty to full, and the bigger battery should take you a little bit under 7 hours to charge from empty to full. Nice and compact. Mostly assembled. Looks like we just have to mainly put this headpiece on here. So let's get the handlebars installed.
All right, we got the Ride1Up Portola all set up. Let's do a walkthrough from top to bottom.
Starting with the cockpit, we have these nice big handlebar grips, hydraulic brake levers, 8-speed Shimano shifter, the Ride1Up displays on the left side with the thumb throttle. I do love that I can use a throttle on all pedal assist levels and also on 0. All of these components have quick disconnects for easy maintenance. Moving down the stem, we have this locking mechanism, which is 2 locks. You have one on this side and another button to drop it down. So I like the extra security. We do love redundancy for safety purposes. Ride1Up emblem, really good cable wrap. So I do like that. It feels nice. We find a lot of these foldable e-bikes, especially budget e-bikes, their compression is pretty weak and I can easily push down on it and bottom out. You can lock it out. Small little light on there. Metal fenders, which is awesome. 20 by 3 inch off-road tires. One sweet feature about the front tire is it has a quick release. 180 millimeter brake disc with 2 piston hydraulic brakes. And this brake disc is very thick. I'm very impressed with how thick this thing is. 48 volt, 10.4 amp hour battery. This also comes in a 13.4 amp hour battery variation, and it's only an extra $100. So I think you should just spend the extra money to get a little bit more range. Plastic pedals that are foldable, hinge to unlock the folding mechanism. And one cool feature we found about the folding is that it locks into each other when folded. So we'll show you what that looks like. Unlock it, fold in the pedals, and then we'll bring it together. Comes with this strap so you can lock this together. This is really cool. So it's nice and snug and it doesn't come apart when you're lifting it.
That's a problem that we've always had with these foldable e-bikes is once it's folded, it tends to want to unfold as you're trying to carry it, making it very unwieldy. This is ingenious. A little strap just bolted onto the frame and so slick because now you can carry it, you can lift it, and it's not going all over the place.
One-handed. Getting this assembled is really easy. Push that together. And we're good to go. Easy peasy. Adjustable seat posts with quick release. This looks like the controller, which is a 48 volt, 20 amp controller. Another metal fender, a built-in rear rack. It's designed to hold an extra passenger seat and also pegs. We have a Shimano Altus derailleur, which is pretty sweet. I've never seen this on a $1,000 e-bike. We see these on any e-bike that's typically about $1,500 plus. Normally what you find on these budget e-bikes is a Shimano tourney derailleur. You have a slap guard for the chain, quick disconnect for the motor, another 20 by 3 inch tire with a 750 watt motor. This battery is removable. Just gonna put that key in, twist it, pop right out. Easy peasy to put back in. And you're good to go. Right below the rack, we have a tail light that gets brighter as a brake light.
For $1,000, this package seems really, really nice. We have to test it, however, so we're gonna get it plugged in, freshly charged, and then we're gonna take it for a test spin. All right, it's a beautiful fall day. We've got Andrew on the Portola, and we are taking it up this hill. How does it feel, Andrew?
It's cruising up this hill perfectly fine, so nice.
Having a great time on the Ride1Up Portola. If you think this bike looks familiar, that's because we've reviewed a foldable e-bike that looks very similar, by Aventon, the cinch, but this thing has it beat in multiple ways. We'll talk about that as we go through this bike. Andrew, what are some things that you love about this bike?
I love that I can go up to 28 miles per hour where the cinch is limited at 20 miles per hour. Overall aesthetics of this bike looks really nice, and it does come in 3 colors.
And then the other thing that I love about this bike is the folding. So it folds just like the other foldable bikes, which makes it really nice for storage, really nice if you're living the RV life and you're putting it in the back of your RV or your car or your truck.
The strap is very nice for connecting it when folded. Easy lifting, you don't got to worry about this unfolding on you, and you can lift it with one arm and it's not going to fall apart.
Yeah, look at how solid that looks.
Who would have thought that cheap 50-cent strap would make a big difference?
The price on this is pretty incredible that they've been able to make such a stylish, good-looking bike, because bikes that look just like this but have far fewer features cost much more.
This is $9.95, and then you can also get a battery that's 30% bigger, a little bit more than 30% bigger, for $10.95.
That is pretty darn incredible to have a bike that can go class 3 speeds and fold and look like this. I love this already.
What we normally see on $1,000 e-bikes is that they use a cheap derailleur. They use a Shimano tourney. They've used on this one the Shimano Altus derailleur. It's not the most premium derailleur, but it's also not the tourney, which is just kind of janky. So this built-in rack can carry a passenger. You have a place to put pegs, and you can also use this Connect Plus system to put a passenger seat on here, and also to put like the kid seats that will connect inside of this hole.
For $1,000, you have this mobile device that you can ride with 2 people. That's pretty amazing. We've looked into maybe doing the RV life and going on a road trip. This would be a perfect package. Park the RV, take this out, unfold it, 2 passengers on, and then just zip into town, go to stores, go to the restaurant, explore. I think this makes it really, really compelling, and I love that it's integrated, welded right into the frame.
The other thing I love about it is that I can remove this battery without having to unfold it. So some of the other foldable e-bikes, we have to open it up and slide the battery out. I do love that this is an integrated battery, but I can just lift it out of the top. I do love Chao Yang tires because they just have a little bit of a softer polymer, which gives it better grip.
Next to the tires is Andrew's favorite. Andrew, tell us why you love metal fenders.
Yeah, I love metal fenders just because plastic fenders, they just look cheap to me. With metal fenders, if they do bend, you can typically bend them back to be the correct shape. The other thing paired with the fenders is these nice adjustable arms.
The quick release is a feature that we often don't see on budget e-bikes. This though has the quick release so that you can release the front tire, making it an even smaller package.
This disc brake is a 180mm brake disc with hydraulic brakes, but the brake disc itself is very thick, so it offers great stopping power.
This is probably my favorite type of cable wrap for cable management. Cables are managed quite nicely, except for this. I'm not sure why this is flapping in the breeze.
But speaking about these quick connectors, it makes it so much easier to maintain these bikes. If your display goes bad, a brake lever goes bad, or the throttle, instead of having to wire the cable all the way back to the controller, which is in the rear, you literally just have to quickly disconnect it and it's plug and play. I do love that they've given us 8 speeds. A lot of these budget e-bikes have 7 speeds. Having that extra gear gives you more options for different types of terrain.
Changing tires on bikes with motors can be a pain in the butt. That's why we always recommend that e-bikes have this quick release cable. That's so that you can release the rear tire, the rear wheel with motor, and easily do your tire changes.
The rear has a 750 watt motor.
And let's hear this motor. Let's rev it up. So we got it up to 28 miles an hour right there.
One thing I love about the rear is the tail light doubles up as a brake light. Sometimes these only act as tail lights, so I'd love that extra added feature.
Those are the things that we love about the Ride1Up Portola. Let's get to our next stop where we're going to talk about the things that we don't like about this bike. I know we're in landlocked Colorado, and so we're about as far as you can get from the ocean. But my brother lives in San Diego. He'll dock his boat at the city in San Diego, different towns. And once you're there though, you've got nothing to get around with. Having a foldable bike that doesn't take much room, being able to put it on your boat, I mean, I think that would just accentuate the boat life. This thing is a little portable exploration adventure machine. It's been a while since we've been in the reservoir and it is just beautiful. The colors the leaves. This is amazing. And the reason why we're out here is because of this. If you are a person that's on the go, you like to go explore and you like to ride e-bike, but you need something that's a little bit more portable, the folding is amazing, but it's not perfect. So let's go pull over here and let's talk about the things that we don't like about this bike. For a foldable Class 3 potential e-bike that's this quality, under $1,000 or at the $1,000 mark, this bike checks off just about all the boxes. We've been racking our brains trying to find things that we don't like about this e-bike, and here are some of the things that we found about the Portola.
Biggest thing for me is these foldable e-bikes get their derailleurs knocked around a lot when transporting them, and this does not have any type of protector on it.
Yeah, a lot of other e-bikes will offer kind of a metal bar to help protect these components here. Maybe this is something they can add in the future.
The front light, it's not very bright, but I didn't expect it to be bright for a $1,000 e-bike. The other thing I'd love as well is for Ride1Up to implement color displays on all their bikes, or the ability to pay to upgrade to that. I would love the ability to adjust the preload on the suspension. It feels fine, but just having that versatility to change it depending on what type of riding terrain I'm going to be on, I would love that adjustment.
This cable here, when we're folding it, it ends up getting caught in different areas, which actually makes it hard to fold at times.
I would like for the through axle bolt to be a little bit thicker. They use these really small through axle bolts, and this is on most budget e-bikes.
The thicker ones we tend to find on performance bikes, mountain bikes, bikes made for jumping and constant hard impact. On the website, this is listed as glossy black. That does not look like black to me. It's more of a grayish brown color. So I'm just nitpicking here because really, those are the flaws. Those are the main things that we don't like about this bike. If we missed anything, if you've seen anything in this video that you think should be added to that list of things not to like about this bike, let us know in the comments below. In the $1,000 folding e-bike category, I think there's no other bike that rivals this one. Let us know if you feel any different and if there are any other bikes that we should be checking out and reviewing next in the comments. Let's keep riding, and while we ride, we're going to talk about who we think should get this e-bike. Hill test time. It's a steep one.
This bike has plenty of torque. Overall, the ride experience feels like a traditional bike. I can feel my legs getting burned up a little bit because I've been pedaling quite a bit. But yeah, I've got 0 pedal assist levels on and rides perfectly fine.
So right now, this is all Andrew powered. Andrew's mentioned a couple times how thick those brake rotors are. Let's see how they do stopping this bike.
These 2-piston hydraulic brakes work well because they're also combined with the tires that are nice and soft and grippy.
Who do you think should get the Portola by Ride1Up?
Well, it's perfect for everybody who's inside of this campsite. If you have a motorhome or an RV, instead of having to remove your truck or drive your motorhome into town, you can just ride an e-bike in and run your errands.
If you're tight on space, or you like to transport your bikes, your PEVs, without having to put it on a cumbersome bike rack in the back, then get this foldable bike. It's certainly very powerful, very affordable, and if you want to learn more, check out our full written review at freshlycharged.com. Thanks for watching, and when you guys ride, wear your safety gear.